bubbly, feisty. She had a wicked sense of humour.
You and Angie were essentially putting a family together.
Yeah.
As many families are put together nowadays.
Many are like that now, yeah.
So how did you go about it?
It's quite strange how it came about, actually, because I was, regardless of how me and Becky's mother were getting on, I always stayed in their life. I'd have them at least three nights of the week, every week. And but when things started to go a bit pear-shaped in that department, I mean, Angie stepped in. We'd already met, and she stepped in and just took over and just made everything nice.
How did your relationship with Nathan develop?
That was quite strained to begin with. He didn't want anyone interfering with him and his mother.
So at the stage where you and Angie got together, Nathan was 12, Danny was 4, Becky was 2. And suddenly Angie wasn't all his.
Yeah, exactly.
So how did he respond towards the other children?
With Danny, he was fine. Absolutely fine with Danny. They just went straight up into their bedroom and started on the video games and things. But no, he never bothered much with Becky at all.
When he was 19, he came to the house with girls in a car. Tell me about that.
Yeah, well, I thought it was one of his many pranks.
So what happened that day?
Well, you had these young girls. They didn't look any more than 12 in Becky's car, 4 of them. And he pulled up, he got out of the car, he was grinning, and they started to get out of the car. I went, "What are you doing, Nave?" "No, I don't want, they ain't even getting past my gate, let alone go in the house." I said, "Take them back to wherever you found them, and it's the parents or whatever, you just take them back now, because this ain't funny at all." I said, this is borderline paedophilia.
Do you wish now that you had gone further with that you had maybe
Well, I do now, yeah.
But do you think that day, looking back on that, there were warning signals then?
And in hindsight, yeah, there was a lot of what we call warnings now. And I've been beating myself up for over a year now for not, taking grasp of the situation.
So what happened when she became anorexic?
That was a really difficult period for us. She lost so much weight so fast. She was fainting. She had zero strength at all. Some nights she couldn't even get up over the stairs. I carried her up.
And how was Nathan's attitude towards her anorexia?
Oh, he was always flippant with her. He was like, "Oh, she's just doing it for attention."
When she said to you, I think it was, that, "Oh, Dad, you really wouldn't be able to protect me if Nathan did anything."
Yeah, she did say I was an old fogey and I wouldn't be physically able to stop him and all that sort of thing.
Do you think now that she was trying to tell you something?
When Becky told you something, she told you something. There was no second guessing or anything like that. If she told you something, you were told. So, no.
In 2008, when Nathan was 21, he brought Shauna home. Tell me about that, because she, I gather, was only 15 then.
Yeah, he tried telling me she was 19. I said, "I wasn't born yesterday, son." I said, "Put her back in the car and sod off." I said, "I am not having someone like that in this house." I said, "Don't forget, we fought hard to get our kids out of care. We were not only fighting my ex, we were fighting social services as well, and it went on for ages and ages."
It sounds like at that stage your relationship with Nathan had become quite difficult.
We had our moments. On the whole, it wasn't bad, but we had our moments when he pushed me beyond what I considered to be a prank, say.
But he was in the house because his mother was Angie?
Yes. Yeah.
Do you regret that now?
Yes, who wouldn't? I've lost my darling little daughter, haven't I?
When it became clear that she was missing and people were coming to your house, Nathan and Shauna were also in the house with you.
Yeah, it was like nothing happened. Not a inkling of guilt or anything.
But when I think it was the family liaison officer, said to you they were being questioned, you were disbelieving, weren't you?
Yeah, I just couldn't believe it. I thought it was a normal thing. Well, 9 times out of 10 is someone they know.
And then it now turned out that Nathan and Shauna were in the house, and in the car outside was Becky's body.
Yeah. Yeah, about 12 feet away from where I was sat, her body was in the back of that car and I didn't even know it.
And then they ordered a Chinese takeaway.
Yeah.
In the book you say that in court you heard the counsel say that 2 years earlier Becky had told a friend that Nathan had described in graphic detail how he planned to kill her.
Yeah, that was the first we heard of it in the court.
Because I think what I'm struggling to understand is it would have been terrifying, because apparently he told her several times in graphic detail. And
yeah, I just don't understand why she didn't come to us.
You and Angie are parents to both the murdered and the murderer.
Yeah.
Do you think ever of Nathan now as your son?
No, I can't.
People often ask me how I feel about Nathan after what he did. Of course, I still love him. He is my son. When you're a mother, you can't ignore that unconditional love for your children, no matter what they do. How do you deal with Angie's continuing love for Nathan?
Yeah, it's a bit of a sore subject for me. So Angie tends not to mention it now. I mean, I understand that, the unconditional love for an infant is fine, but not when they've turned it into a monster. I just can't get my head around that. If it was on the other foot and it was Danny who was the monster, I'd have real problems showing him any love or affection.
Your own son?
My own biological son, yeah. I'd find that very difficult after something so heinous has been done by them,
Do you still want him dead?
I would, if they were going to hang him, I would pull the lever, so no one else would have to carry that guilt.
Darren, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you for having me.